Hey everyone, this is Julian, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Exxa, which is this crypto opportunity that I have been going on and on about in my recent Facebook post on my personal Facebook page. So if you're not already linked up on Facebook, it's facebook.com/the professional bum. So my friend request is kind of full, but you can also follow me on Facebook and make it a point to go on the following button. There's a scroll down that says see first. So click on the one that says see first. So anyway, this video, I want to talk about why I love Exxon Network, why I chose to work with this opportunity, um, and first and foremost, I think one of the biggest elements to it is the what do you call it? Touch and feel. Okay, it's something that is perceptible. I went to the office, I've met the founders. As a matter of fact, if you look at this video, in the thumbnail image for this video itself, I've actually, that like on both of my sites would be Francis and Danny, who are the CTO and also the founder of Exxa Network Company. So I previously made a video where I was showing you like how to sign up and all that, and how to get like this some really cool group sales volume. By the way, since then when I showed it to you, it was like 830 thousand, but right now, okay, the group sales volume is 2.2 million. So um, I would love to be able to show it to you right now, but unfortunately, I my other phone conked out, so I'm down to this one phone that's being used right now. So in this video, I want to talk a couple of things that what draw me to this Exa network, and basically give you guys like a review. So I know a lot of people watching this video, you're probably, like you want to hear from people around the world, like what exactly is it, or kind of like what it is, but how legit is Exa to join? Okay, is it legit? Is it a scam? For the people who do it, why do they do it? So this video is gonna be more about along the lines of like why I do it. So to be perfectly honest with you, in the very beginning, I was wondering to myself, am I gonna be doing this uh, openly, or should I just start hush hush? Okay. Um, to be honest with you, like back then, I was actually also victim in US iTech, which some of you guys may know about. Um, and that's why, because of that experience, I felt, I mean, I was more like an investor, didn't really refer in USI Tech, and I lost some over there. So um, I was in there late, and it kind of gave me like a bad experience, and I was wondering if I wanted to go public on this one or not. And then after I found out more and more about the company, the founders, uh, speaking with the founders, hearing their answers about different topics, I began to feel that this is something that I can actually go public with. All right, why? Okay, first and foremost, Exile, what I like about it is that it's Singaporean incorporated. So laws in Singapore are very strict. There are no nonsense when it comes to incorporation. There are no nonsense when it comes to accounting. And especially for the scale and corporate structure that they have, I think that's thumbs up. But that's just one thumbs up. The other thumbs up comes from the fact that all the directors in the company are fully Singaporean. Because we all know, for those of you who have been into the crypto and ICO industry, so many companies they actually use Singapore as their registration address. What they do is that they basically go to somewhere in the business district and they rent out a service office, a virtual office, um, such as in the one by Verizon. Verizon has a business office in Ocean Financial Center. Sounds good, right? There's actually like two or three different ICOs that are actually based there. Yeah. Um, so look it up. However, Exa has an office. But the point about, like I said, having the partners to be all Singaporean, okay, what does that mean for me? Because any foreign company, they can use Singapore as a great address to base their ICO launch, their crypto company launch. But the thing is that, you know, if anything goes wrong, nothing is stopping these foreigners from not ever coming back again, right? they just don't have to return to Singapore. Well, they could do a heist and they don't have to ever return to Singapore ever. But when I look at the company founders in Exxa, they're all family men. They all have families. They are all like studying or working in Singapore. They have other businesses. So what is the likelihood of them, wanting to do something bad here to scab, so to speak, for the lack of a better word, uh, and not suffer massive effects in their whole family? Are they all really going to uproot? Are they all really going to risk, this damaging their other businesses? Danny Pang, by the way, uh, he spent 30 years in network marketing, and 10 of the last years, in that he still has to this day his own network marketing company called Exxa Network. Exxa, AXXA instead of EXXA. And he shared with me a statement that really struck me. And he says that, the reason, all this time he's been with one company only, okay? And then when he started his own company, there was the reason for that was because he says many times in this industry, companies fail people. So he wanted to create a company that does not fail the people. So that's one element, okay? Um, but it's a combination of different factors. Then when I got to speak with Francis, the CTO, I asked him about trading. I asked him what kind of strategies they use. I asked him about, the AI. A lot of people want to know, with all these different programs. I mean, there's things like Plus Token, there is things like Cloud Token, there is SEF, there is S Block, and a lot of people want to know, is this a Ponzi or do they really trade? Okay, so one of the answers that I really appreciated, and I understand this because, on my page, this is the Binary Lab channel on YouTube, which primarily is about binary options trading and also Forex trading because I teach both. And I also manage Forex PAM accounts as well. So this is what Francis told me. He says, did you know that in Exxa, it takes you 3 days to even start earning money? And the reason for that is because on the first day, by 12 midnight Singapore time, there is going to be a snapshot of all the incoming and outgoing deposits into the Devil Plus AI trading module project pool. Okay? And why is that important? Because when they have a snapshot of what's coming in and what's going out, okay, that creates a watermark balance that on the next day, so on the first day the balance is being recorded by 12 midnight, okay, and then on the second day, that is when the engineers and technicians are adjusting the algorithm of the trading to be according to the latest fund size based on the 12 midnight snapshot. On the third day, the trading starts. And this is why only on the fourth day, like after 72 hours have passed, or a bit less than 72 hours, depending on when you join on the first day, uh, you actually start getting returns then. So he explained to me that this is the reason why is 72 hours before you start seeing anything. If there's any company out there that says, oh, today you start, tomorrow you get paid, he said that is a guaranteed scam. It's a guaranteed Ponzi scheme because, how can you tell anyone that comes in like, uh, you start today, you get paid, 0.2% from today that you start. Doesn't make sense, right? Now we're not gonna talk about like, is it easy to make money in crypto or not, but I want you to think of a logistic point of view, which he explained to me. He says, look now, we're starting out, okay? A lot of interest is coming in, and we're gonna be having, growth that comes in different sizes. Some days it can be a lot. Some days it can be very little. Some days some teams could be running events. And by the way, my team ran some huge events in Vietnam, and that's all part of my volume, and that's why I have 2.2 million group sales right now. Um, and with that, uh, like, okay, where was I? What a time to lose a train of thought. Okay, so you're saying, what if a huge sum of investment comes in on a certain day, and if the company had to pay the gains on that investment the very next day, and these people were depositing at different times throughout the day, you know, what's basically going to happen is that you're actually going to put a tax on previous profits earned up to that point to pay you guys on this day. So it's basically impossible, okay? And that system will fail as soon as the payment uh, commitments outweigh what is coming in, the rate of what's coming in. So I like that answer. Now the next thing that he told me about Francis, by the way, that's the guy. I cannot tell you which shirt. I cannot see the video thumbnail right now, but I guess I'll put in the video description afterward. So one of the guys, okay, I think he was a fairer skin guy, the fairer skin guy. So I'm in the center, he's the fairer skin guy in the video thumbnail. So Francis was telling me that, here's the other thing. So I said, like, how do you guys make profit? Um, then I was like, he said, well, we use like, he said, you're like, uh, because he knew about me. He said, oh, you're a trader, right? Well, we use the same. We have a complex system that is based on trading indicators, and it helps us, like, to go long and to go short on the market. So by the way, that actually goes. I mean, that's good because they short. They're not only long, because if you're only long, that's trouble. So then I said, well, okay, yeah, but what about other things like arbitrage? Because arbitrage is a real hit right now, and I've made money in arbitrage myself, doing the manual arbitrage from bx.in.th, sending to you know brokers in Korea and China, the exchange in Korea and China, where the discrepancy of BTC is a lot, right? I cash out a USD tether and send it back. Well, he said there's one problem with that, and you guys can verify this is true. You could go to like coinmarketcap.com, click on Bitcoin for instance, and look at the prices and the exchanges that are being dealt in the volume at that very instant. And what you're going to notice is that the first 7 or 8 exchanges have tremendous 3-digit volume on a daily basis. However, if you go beyond the top 20, you will find that the prices, okay, by the way, the first 7, the price of Bitcoin is going to be very close. It's going to probably be within, like, a few, like $2 to $10 within each other. So it's very, very small. It's not even any point at all to want to try to arbitrage between those. No point. However, if you want a good arbitrage deal, it will be between the exchange within the first 7 that have the most competitive prices, and something outside of the top 20. But the volume is very different. In the first seven, the volume could be like 200 and something million, 300 something million. But if you look at something that outside the top 20, maybe the volume is only like double digit, like 19 million. So this is a scaling problem. So he said, we arbitrage is great, but if we wanted to, and honestly speaking, if we wanted to give higher returns now, we could, um, by using things like arbitrage. But the problem with that is that when things go bigger, there's actually not enough liquidity to be able to do that profitably. So he told me one more thing. If any other opportunity out there is claiming that they're using the arbitrage, the triangle hedge, to deliver profits, and they're promising big profits, it probably is a scam because it's technically impossible to execute. All right, got that? So I like the way I like the way that Francis lays it out for me. Very straight up guy. Okay, and one of the really cool things of working with me in Exxa is that I've got a very direct access to the people in the company. Okay, um, like for instance today, Francis, the CTO, personally helped out about seven of my people to resolve some technical issues right now. And by the way, for those of you who are in Exxa and you're on my team, you're watching this, I might as well make another announcement here, although I already made an announcement inside of my Facebook group during a live video around this time yesterday. So here's the deal. Tomorrow, okay, October 20, the system is going to have next update, okay? Uh, you will go to your App Store, you will go to your Google Play to download the next version of Exa if it didn't automatically update. And you want to do that because there's a lot of security enhancements, specifically a 2FA protection in that account. Another announcement that you guys want to know is that if you're already in it, some of you may have realized that you're not actually able to withdraw from Devil Plus project. However, you'll be able to withdraw from tomorrow, but please take note that if your withdrawal occurs within the first 30 days, there actually is a 10% penalty. Why is this 10% penalty there? It's important to discourage people from putting in money and taking out money at any time they want. It messes things up. And I know that because I manage Forex accounts, and you can find out about that on my Forex pages, the forexlab.net. All right. So every time when there's going to be a copy trade account coming in, the broker actually lets me know 2 days in advance, so I can prepare for it. I can choose to accept it when I want to accept it. Well, if I want to delay it, I can as well. And when they pull out, okay, I also get informed like 2 3 days in advance, so I can adjust the trading so that the account will be able to support those movements. So coming back to the topic of trading, um, take note if you know. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry. I'm not finished about the withdrawals freeze. So there has been the current issue with the withdrawals freeze is also because there's a lot of um, compromised accounts. I've got like two guys in my group, my direct referral, right? That their account got compromised because unfortunately they were doing, okay, one of them, he was doing like a how-to video to sign up, but he accidentally flashed his mnemonic phrase on YouTube. So someone who was very dishonest actually went in to transfer out his token on a daily basis, but thankfully there had been other cases of this going on already. So Francis, the CTO, he put a freeze on the withdrawals in general, and that freeze is going to be unlocked from tomorrow. So from tomorrow, 20th October, with the new version of the program, anyone can actually withdraw from the project pool if you urgently need to use funds. However, for those of you who have compromised accounts, okay, if you're on my team, please write to me on Facebook or on WhatsApp. Okay, and by the way, if anyone watching this video is not already in Exxa and wants to work with a really solid um, team, okay, and actually learn, let's say from me, to learn my ways of building up a huge volume to get huge commissions, the whole aspects of it, contact me from this video. It's down in the video description. I got my Facebook link there, facebook.com/theprofessionalbum. Send me a message, send me a friend request, and of course you want to start by signing up yourself on Exxa. But don't worry if you're stumbling with how to deposit, if it's your first time, or you're kind of lost about the system, because once you get in, I've got videos to brief you on how to get started. All this is inside of my Facebook group, and also a WhatsApp group for like all the updates. And for some of you, you actually want to go for investments. I've got information on the investment side of it. If some of you are interested in the team building part of it, so I've got information on how you can get to X1 real fast within like a month, if you like. Okay, so for those of you with compromised accounts, okay, if you are from my team, please contact me in the Facebook group or in WhatsApp, and basically what's going to happen is that I'm going to be arranging with the technical guys for you to have a, a, your account to be further frozen until a certain date, that when you with a pre-agreed date, so that you can actually take out your funds and put them into a new account. Okay, you have to do that. Otherwise, the thief is going to keep trying to take your funds again and again. All right, and they will get away with it if your account is not frozen. If your account is frozen, by the way, you still get to earn token on a daily basis, except you cannot withdraw. The next thing is I like the explanations that I received on how the company is going to maintain cash flow. So this is a really big aspect. Um, so it was explained to me that the token price is one fantastic way of regulating the financials of the company. And all this is algorithmically calculated. How this works out is that, you know, um, by shifting the price of the token, the company can instantly change its financial gearing from a negative one to a positive one, or positive one to a negative one. I mean, why would anyone want to push it negative, right? So um, they are able to do this by way of throttling that price and improving their cash flow. Because let's say if the token price goes down, wouldn't it be realistic to say that people will only take out as when they need, and they want to actually wait for an increase in price? So it's a way of technically stalling time. Earlier, I forgot to mention one aspect about the Devil project that I totally like as well. Because over here in Exxa, unlike other opportunities, they do not promise like 12 to 20% gains. Um, they talk about 4 to 9%. This is a very minimal return, but you know, it's low enough to be sustainable. On top of that, they also informed us when we met that earnings are not guaranteed, but if they should happen, it's within the 4 to 9% range. So some people see this as a red flag, but for me, it's a really good thing, because I as someone who manages accounts, um, over the last no like up to a month ago, 3 months before that was completely garbage. Okay, so from this year between February and July, the forex account that I managed, Fire Your Boss V2, was up by about 60%. And then unfortunately, we have to give away most of that profit back to the markets due to all the surprises from Brexit, Trump tweets, trade war between US and China, trade war between Europe and US, and so on and so forth. It caused like massive volatility. So I was able to appreciate at the part where they say that returns in Exxa is not guaranteed. Because in mine, I would say that, you know, in the past, people have approached me in the capacity of me managing like forex accounts, and they're saying like, I'm not interested in hearing that your system can produce 10 to 20% per month. What I'm more interested in is that you take this money, you tell me that you can give me 5% a month. Anything extra you keep. So would it sound like a good idea? But you never really know uh, whether these things, whether conditions are going to happen or not. So Exa, the way they do it is great. Now let's talk again about Francis' explanation regarding tweaking the token price. Um, so I said it can automatically adjust up or adjust down the company financials, and like I said, if it is tuned down, it's going to discourage withdrawals, which actually gives company a chance to work on some things. So let's say if they've been having you know a month when, okay, let's say it's a challenging month, to be honest, on the trading side. Okay, it gives them time to catch up. However, I want to also give you a scenario on how this is actually very realistic, because let's say if Bitcoin price is 10,000, some employee who's getting paid in BTC would be getting 0.2 BTCs a month. However, if the Bitcoin price falls from 10,000 to 8,000, that same employee who draws a monthly salary of 2 2K USD is going to instead get 0.25 BTC per month, which is 20% more. 20%, no, 25% more. Um, so right there and then, it's equivalent to the same amount of fiat money, but in time that could potentially increase. And what's good is that person gets more as well. So the other thing is that Danny said that because Exxa token, they are having plans to be a very utility kind of token. So the price movement, expect something stable as opposed to astronomical. Stable so that it can be good enough a medium of exchange between the offline network of vendors. Okay, did you know they actually have a POS system? If you came to my webinars on this, you would have seen me play a video about the POS system in action, where you can process a transaction that typically takes many minutes in just 3 seconds, regardless of the type of wallet. Okay, not just a specific kind of wallet, but regardless of type of wallet. So these are all the different reasons why I like this Exxa network. Um, and if it was just practicality, okay, like I said, I want to make a very balanced review. Okay, there are many things that I've heard from Francis and Danny that gave me a very good feeling about the company. But I mean, a feeling is one thing, but we also need to be very realistic. Okay, like I said, they're Singapore registered by Singapore bosses. They got a physical office, and that checks many boxes. Okay, but um, the other thing is timing. So some people ask me, why Exxa, why not cloud? Cloud pays more. Well, this is the other thing. Okay, SQ2 FinTech, the company that developed the wallet for, by the way, Ronald was also part of SQ2 FinTech. Developed the wallet, so the Jarvis trading system in Cloud Token, and that was based on a contract basis. Right now, SQ2 FinTech, the same company, developed the wallet and as well as the Jarvis trading system for the Cloud Token, is currently the 25% shareholder in-house tech side for Exxa. So moving down the road, you know, obviously the logical assumption, which is also, uh, you know, I mean, just go think for yourself, okay? Like, they developed the Jarvis system, so what you have here is definitely going to be Jarvis and more. But the thing is, I like the way the company is not promising the heavens in terms of payment, because it's going to make it a lot more sustainable. To be perfectly pessimistic about this, okay? Like I said earlier on, I explained how the CTO said, you know, if it's a scam, scams will start promising pay from the day that they join. So the 3 day thing, that's really solid. I like his explanations with regards to trading method. He says it's honestly too early to say, because what works now will be very different from 2 or 3 months from now when the fund size increases. Um, and then with regards to, I better end this video. I better end this video because I'm losing my train of thought way too often. I think it's getting too close to my bedtime. So let's put it this way. If you have any additional questions and you want to be able to get to a high position in on the networking side of it, so you can get bigger commissions. Okay, hook up me on Facebook, because I have some very powerful strategies that can help you get to X1 rank fast. Um, and If you are looking to join, you may also be interested in my other videos regarding the withdrawal conversion process and speed, and then like how to sign up for an account. I have videos on that too. On this YouTube channel, I have videos on how to engage your Devil Plus project. And don't forget, for you guys who who came out here, I earlier had an announcement. It was also in my Facebook group for my 100 over members, my frontline members, um, on some of the important announcements pertaining to the withdrawals from the Devil project, and then also like password security. Okay, Don't forget to look out for the newest update that's coming out within the next one day. And for those of you who are not already signed up on XLab and you're looking for a reason to join or a person to join with, and I hope I'll be able to give you some answers and direct you in certain ways in this video. So use your App Store or Google Play to find the application Exxa Network, and then create your account using the referral code provided in the video description. Connect me on Facebook, and we'll be in touch. Okay. So for anyone who wants to build this business really aggressively, what I highly recommend uh, is to get in touch with me, do a planning call, and then one of the best things we can do is if you know people who like to invest in general, we can have like a Zoom meeting where you can bring a couple of your key people, and at the same time, I'll also get some people from the corporate side to sit in, so that everyone on that Zoom meeting can see the big picture, and plan in a way that does not shortchange yourself. Okay, uh, bye for now. Yes, I use manifestation techniques. Yes, I do.